Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. I'm just going to show you how I made these bags. I made them according to zip sizes, so you can use different zips that you have. Yeah, okay, so for this one I used this zip. It's a 16 centimeter zip and I used 27 stitches, and for this one, this is a slightly bigger bag. I used 29 stitches, so I started with 29 stitches. Yeah, so you can, what you simply do, you make a chain, then you measure your zip and you put at least two stitches on this side and 2 stitches on this side, so you add 4 to your, so once you measure your zip from here to here, then you add 4 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this bag. I'm not gonna make that size, I'm just going to make a smaller version. So the first thing that I do is I do a slip knot. Please check my previous videos to see how to do a slip knot. Okay, so I'm going to chain 10. So I'm hanging my yarn on this finger. With this finger and this finger, I'm holding this part and I'm holding my crochet like a knife. I'm going to move forward, go up a little bit, come down to catch the yarn, turn my hook to face downwards, and I'm going to move it backwards. And that is what we call chaining. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just want to make a smaller version. Then this, after that, I don't work. If I take my hook off, so I'm not going to work into this stitch. Instead, I'm going to work in the second stitch. Please check my previous videos on how to do a single crochet. So into the second stitch, I insert my hook, then I grab yarn, I pass it through that loop, then I have two loops on my crochet, and I pass the yarn through those 2. So I'm going to do that until I get to the end and come back. Okay, so I'm at my end of the line. I forgot to say, in your first stitch you should put a stitch marker. If you don't have these stitch markers, you can use yarn. So you can just use a piece of yarn, a different color, then you just put it, insert it here so that you know where you started. Right, so now that I'm at the end of the line, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make another single crochet in there, like that. Then I'm going to turn and I'm going to start working from this other side. So into this stitch, the first stitch, I'm going to do my first crochet, and we have turned in essence. So I'm going to do the rest of my single crochets, and I'm trying to, as I'm working, I'm also carrying this yarn from when we started. 3, okay, so I'm just going to cut this yarn. Hold on. Okay, so we've reached the end of the line. So into the first stitch, I'm going to do 1 single crochet like that. Then I'm going to remove my stitch marker. Then I start again. I do a single crochet into that first stitch, just like that. Then I'm going to put my stitch marker again in there, and I'm going to do single crochets all the way to the second line. So let me come back when I get to the end. Okay, so I've gotten to the end. I'm going to make one extra stitch again on the corner. Again, I make another one in the same. Then that's our 10. Then I'm going to work single crochets. Now I'm working on the other side, just like that, and I work until I get to the last one. Then I come back. Okay, so I've reached the end of that line. Then into the first stitch, this one, I'm going to do one stitch. Then I'm going to do another stitch to start that line. Okay, so that's the end of my my increase. From now on, I'm just going to do single crochets in every stitch. All around, going around and around. So I've done 2 lines, so I'm going to do 2 more, then come back. Okay, so I ended up doing 3 more lines to get to this. Now I want to change my my yarn, so I'm going to start to change my yarn from the first stitch. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of this yarn. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to remove my stitch marker. Right, and I'm going to do like, I want to do a single crochet. So I put my, oh sorry, let's start again. So into the first stitch, I'm going to hook some yarn so that I have 2 loops. But instead of using this one, I'm going to use the new color that I want to use. And I'm simply going to grab it. No technique to this, you just grab it and you just pull it through like that. Then I'm going to tighten the stitch by pulling the brown, and I pull on the orange again, on the new color. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold these 2 together. Right. So now this is our first stitch. So now I'm going to put my stitch marker. Okay. Right. Now that I have my stitch marker there. So now I'm going to do single crochets like normal, but I'm going to carry these 2 yarn. So I'm going to insert my hook, grab my yarn, then do a single crochet just like that, whilst I'm tucking these 2. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Like at the back there's this 2. So I'm going to carry those 2 until I have covered them. So you continue with the single crochets as normal. Do at least 6 with these threads. I don't know what, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 2 more, then I'll cut them. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these ones now, these 2, and do my normal single crochets as normal. So hold on. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the single crochets as normal, going around, but remembering to put my stitch marker on the first stitch, so that you always know when your new line is starting, It's especially important when you're changing color. So I'm going to do 4 lines like this, then I change into another color, and that's it. That's how you do this bag. You see, with these ones I did 4 lines, 4 lines, 4 lines, and I was just changing the color, and that's simply what I was doing, nothing else. And so with this bag I used 4mm hook, and with this bag I used a 5mm hook. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 rows, then I'll show you how I change color again, then I'll stop the video. Okay, so let's say we've done the 4 lines, and now I want to change color again. I'm going to remove my stitch marker in the first stitch, and I'm going to insert my hook as if I want to do a single crochet. Right, I forgot to cut my yarn. Okay, let me just cut my yarn. Okay, so I've cut my yarn, and now I want to change my new color, to add my new color. So instead of using this brown, I'm going to use this yellow. Like I said, there's no technique, it's simply grabbing the yarn and you pass it through those 2 loops. What's going on? Okay, those 2 loops. And I'm going to pull on the brown to tighten my stitch, and I also pull on the yellow. Then I'm going to hold these 2. Okay, and I continue with my single crochets. As normal. I forget to put my first stitch. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing my single crochets with the new color, at the same time attacking these 2, just like this. You just do your normal single crochets. You just make sure that they're here. And you do your normal single crochet. They'll be covered if you just do it like that. So I'll do how many over there? I'll do 1 more with this yarn, with carrying these yarns, then I'll cut the extra yarns. So like this, I'm going to cut these 2, and I continue with my single crochets. So I'm gonna do 4 rows again, then I come back. The video is already 13 minutes, so that's already long enough. So I'll quickly do the 4, then come back and show you how it looks. Okay, so we've done the lines. Actually did 5 lines. So now I've reached the beginning of my lines. So what I'm going to do now to finish this thing, let's say I'm going to stop here, I'm going to do a slip knot. So this is how you do a slip knot. You grab your yarn and you pass it through the loops under those loops, as though you want to do a single crochet, but you have 2 loops, so you need to put 1 loop in the other loop like this, and that is a single what you call it, a slip knot. Let me cut the yarn. Okay, so I've cut my yarn. So now what I'm going to take out my hook like this, then I'm going to do go in the next stitch, then I'm going to grab the yarn like this, and I pull it through. Right, then I put my hook into my yarn again, and I'm going to grab this yarn and pull it through like that. So now this one that's hanging, I'm going to tuck it in. So this is how you take it. You put your hook and you pass it through. Sorry, you put your hook, grab it, and you just, so you're just taking it under these loops. Okay, so to save time, let me tuck, then come back. Okay, so I've tucked my yarn, and this is how it looks. Right, so to follow this, for this one, the way that I made it, like I said, I used 27 stitches, 27 chains. Then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I did 5 rows, then 5 rows, then 5 rows, like that. Then in the last one, I remember I did more than 5. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I did 6 rows in the last row. Yeah, and this is how it looks. And with this one, I used a size 5mm hook. Size 5mm hook. And this yarn, I doubled. So I doubled my yarn actually. So like this, I doubled my yarn. Then I used the size 5mm hook for this one, and I chained 29 stitches. So you can base your your bags according to the zips that you have, or you can base the number of stitch chains that you do. So you see how long this is, you do the chains that will cover your your zip. Or what you can do, you can look for other bags and you do a chain that's equal to that bag. And again, with these bags, remember, you're not limited to putting a zip at the end of the bag. You can put a button, you can put handles. I'll do another bag with handles, and I'll do another one with buttons. So thank you so much for joining me, and yeah, so in the next video I'll show you how you put the zip and how do you put the handles. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, bye.